This is a 2015 Pearl 75. She's had a refit actually in 2022 and she's looking absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to take you on board as soon as this gentleman moves out of our way and we'll do the full tour. Okay, here we go. So we're stern to berth, we've got the pass rail extended, so this is obviously how we get onto the boat. This is quite interesting in that we've got a drop bathing platform here, so the dinghy will actually drop down and lower into the water to launch it. But actually there's a garage here as well, and the garage is big enough that if you deflate the tubes on the tender, you can get it inside, and that's unusual on a 75-foot Flybridge boat. Let's head on board. I'm going to show you the inside first of all, but we're going to go to all areas, the Flybridge, the decks, the engine space, the crew cabins, the lot. And we'll start right back here with the cockpit, which is a really nice, inviting space. I like the fact that they've put these sort of translucent skylights here, and it just means that it just lets a little bit more light into that area than you might otherwise get. But yeah, that's a nice little zone there. And then this is the interior. Look at that. It's a very inviting colour scheme. It's, you know, it's not sort of brash or bold. It's just subtle and interesting, and I think they've done a really great job with this. I like the dark wood, and I like the fact that there isn't actually very much of it, so it's very classy. But then everything here is finished in a really light finish. Headlining again, really light. You've just got these dark accents about the place, and that works well. It's an interesting layout on this one. So we've got the bar area up here next to the wine cooler, very convenient, and the galley is up here as well. I'll take you around and show you that. And then this is the access down to the lower deck. So if we come up here, there's another maybe a little bit more casual area up here, or it could be used as a crew area, of course, because it's up next to the helm. But that's a nice little zone. This is very Pearl, the way you've got the big windscreens here, but actually they extend up here as well, so you get a ton of light pouring into here. Obviously these have got blinds that you can pull across them if you want to, but it makes this a very light and airy feeling area. I like the model of the Reaver there, that's pretty cool. Helm position is over here, so you've got the two helm seats. Obviously you've got the throttle controls and the joystick there, and we have the multifunction displays here as well, and that's a VHF radio on the side. And then the galley is just here, and what's quite neat with this was a couple of things. Firstly, the fact that it connects really neatly straight through to the saloon. However, you can push a button, bring this up and close this off, so depending on how you're operating the boat, you can have that either open or closed. And in fact there's a door here as well, so from a crew perspective you can come and go up and down the side decks and so forth without necessarily having to go through the saloon if you wish to. We've got a ton of refrigeration down across here, a lot of work surfaces created by this as well. And then around here we've got things like dishwasher, for example. We've got the cooking, of course, over on this side, and just a lot of storage everywhere about the place. But yeah, a very light area because of these skylights at the ceiling. That works well. Okay, let's press on a bit further. I'm going to take you around here and down to the lower deck. It's actually really generous accommodation in this yacht, and they've done it by putting the engines on V-drive, so they're right at the back of the hull. I'll show you those when we go down. But down here, look at this. Now you've got to remember this is a 75-foot yacht, because when you go into areas like this, it just doesn't feel it. Look at that. That works brilliantly. It's such a lovely big cabin. It really does feel like it's from a class above. That's nice. TV built into the mirror over here. We've got a nice little settee here, so you can tuck yourself away with a good book, and in fact you'd have a good view as well. With those blinds up, you've got the view straight out onto the water, and a walk-in wardrobe over here. This is interesting. This is an emergency exit, and I'll show you where the other side of that is when we get a bit further around the tour. Drawers in there as well, and of course a lot of hanging space. Love these lights across here, they look really good. And we've got a dressing area then on this side, or a desk, or use it how you will. And then toilet, basin, and a rather nice shower. Check that out. Fantastic. Okay, let's reverse up a little, come back out of here, That is a nice cabin though, isn't it? Like that. Okay, there are 3 more cabins on the lower deck. There are 2 guest cabins on either side. In fact, I'll show you back here first of all, because this is day heads. So this of course closes off thusly, and we've got the loo in here, we've got the shower in here, and we've got the sink in here, and we've got a little waving mirror in here. So that's that. Let's close that one over, because I'm going to show you that actually that will access from here as well. So this is one of the guest bedrooms. 2 single beds, big hull windows again in here. You often get those in the owner's cabin. You don't necessarily get them further forward, so that's nice to see. We've got big storage areas like this, and then this door means that this cabin is en suite at night. Look at that. And if we cross the corridor, we'll find another very similar guest cabin. And we'll find that this is en suite as well. So all of the cabins all have en suites at night, and I think that's brilliant. Again, you know, let's remember we're in a 75-foot boat. That is pretty impressive. Hanging locker there. We've got AV equipment tucked away in there. And this is interesting. We've got these windows. You've got blinds inset in them, but it means you can open this area out if you want to. And if we head forward, we will find the VIP guest cabin. And again, just a really generous, well-proportioned size. Interesting, they put the bed on a slant. Normally the bed is in the center. But by doing this, because the hull obviously is a V if you get to the front, it means you end up with quite a square room here. And they've done that by putting this bulkhead in here, and then the ensuite is in through here. That works very well indeed. Another little settee in here, again with the hull windows. Little dressing area on this side, and another walk-in wardrobe. It's impressive, isn't it? I mean, that is, for a lot of boats, even when you're getting up to this sort of size, that is owner cabin spec, really, isn't it? Big TV in here as well. Superb. Okay, let's press on a bit further. So back out of here, we'll come back up these stairs. I think we've pretty much covered off the interior now. We'll wander around the deck. The Flybridge is very impressive on this one as well. We'll go and take a look at that. Here we go. And what I'm going to do is come right to the very back and take a look forward. So we've got these rather lovely sunbeds. These translucent hatches that we saw, not hatches, skylights really. I don't say hatches, that they don't open. Life raft back here as well. There's one on either side. But check out the size of that. Again, 75-foot boat. They've got a lot in it, haven't they? And a nice layout as well. I like the fact the bar area is over here and facing forward. That works really well. And then here we've got the usual things that you would expect. So we've got the sink over there. We've got barbecue underneath that one. I suspect that that one there is a fridge, and I would suspect correctly. There we go. Very nice bits of storage about the place, like so. If we head on forward then, we've got the tables here. These are height adjustable. That one certainly is. I think that one is a fixed one. Yeah, it looks like it, doesn't it? You can see the telescopic legs on that one. So that can be dropped down and infilled, I guess, to make a sunbed. But at that height, obviously, it just makes for a lovely dining area. You've got the seats here as well. And then the Flybridge helm is up here. Of course, a lot of this size boat tend to be owner run. Some are crewed. This one is a charter boat, so this has a crew on it. So yeah, seats here and more seats next to the helm here. Sunbathing up here. Nice zone for everyone to be together when the boat's underway and under the shade of this big bimini on top. And again, your usual things, multifunction displays, the steering, the throttles, bow and stern thruster on this one, and so forth. Impressive, isn't it? Okay, let's go and take a wander around the outside, and then I will take you down into the crew areas and the engine space. So we're back down here. We're going to loop round. Look at these rails, they're an oval section rail. Very super yachty, isn't it? I like these decks with the pale colour in here rather than the usual black. That's rather smart. There we go, Pearl 75. Nice. So we'll come right up here. Got the cabana on the front. I'm not sure if that is a cabana technically. I think cabanas come down at the back, but anyway, it's some shade, you know what I mean? Folding table there, and then we've got sunbathing up on the front as well. And then anchor winch, etc. are just there. Curious to see what's in here. I think, what do I think? Oh, look at that. I think that is a massive storage void. Wow. That's impressive, isn't it? There we go. Okay. Let's come on back down this side. We've got more deck storage in places like this for fenders or ropes or whatever else. There's those big windscreens with the big skylights across the top as well. Let's come back down here. That's the side access door that we saw in the Galley. And then we're going to come right on back. And this door here, which is open at the moment, takes us down to crew areas and engine space. Here we go. Okay, so the toilet down here, separate shower, so that's rather nice. We've got the basin in there as well. And that closes off. There's a sliding door here for that. And then washing machine lives down here and a crew cabinet in here. So this will sleep 3. And that is the emergency access from the owner's cabin. Obviously it is just for an emergency. It wouldn't be a normal way in or out, but it just means that in an emergency situation you have got a route out from that lower deck straight out into here, round, up the stairs and out. So that is reassuring. There is obviously hanging in here. I won't delve too deeply because, as you've probably noticed, it is in use. And of course we've got air conditioning in here. You can see the controls straight down there, windows and so forth. But yeah, nice cabin. That again, I come back, keep saying it, 75-foot boat, that's pretty good. Washing machine we looked at, a bit more storage there. And then, so this door closes this one off. Look how everything is to exactly the same standard and quality as it is in the rest of the accommodation. And then in here is so this is the engine space, and these are a pair of MTU 1,250 horsepower diesel engines. They're given this boat, and bear in mind this is an 84-ton boat, almost 30 knots, which is rather impressive. She'll cruise at 18 knots on the plane very comfortably, or you can drop it down to 10 knots for a more economical speed, and you will get about 400 miles of range. And having said earlier in the video that it's on V drives, I've come in here and realised that it's not. What we have here, in fact, let's come right on back, is pod drives. This has got ZF pods. There they are. So similar in a way to the IPS system that Volvo use, this actually has, I'll show you if you come back a bit here, you have the power coming out the back of the engine, goes straight down here, back to this pod, and then straight down. So yeah, that's actually a pod drive, not a V drive, I stand corrected. Remarkable. That's unusual. I bet that helps maneuverability. A very, very clean engine, considering this is a 2015, so 8 years old. Impressive. Generators in here. There's one on the outside on this side, and if we come on around, there's another one over here. We've got emergency access, so this ladder here will take you straight up and straight out into the cockpit, so that's another route out. You don't have to go out of here and up the steps in an emergency. I think I'm right in saying there is seakeeper stabilisation on here as well, but I'm not sure where it is because I can't see it in here, but it must be tucked away somewhere else. I'm pretty sure there is, unless I'm getting my boats mixed up, but I don't think I am. But yeah, that is a nice engine room. Plenty of headroom in here. I'm just over 6 foot and I can stand up no problem. And it's well lit as well. That is really good. Fantastic. Okay, let's come back out of here. Close that one back up. And we'll wander back up. And I think we'll finish up here on the bow, shall we? Here we go. Welcome to Palma on a beautiful, warm, sunny day. It's so nice to be here. So there we go. Huge thanks to Ocean Dependence. They've got this one listed as a charter yacht. So if you fancied a week or two on this, give those guys a shout. I'll put a link to them in the description. And massive thanks to you all for watching. Let me know what you think of that one, and we'll catch you on another one of these real soon. Take care. Bye-bye.